Yet the incident also highlighted the fragile balance of deterrence. Long-range missile technology, even in the hands of smaller groups, has changed the nature of conflict. A single miscalculation or aggressive act can escalate quickly. The Houthis, backed by Iranian technology and intelligence, had demonstrated the ability to reach Israel and, by extension, challenge U.S. credibility in the region. The U.S. response, while overwhelming, also signaled the thin line between containment and escalation. Each strike may reduce immediate threats, but it also creates political and strategic pressures that must be managed carefully. Strategically, the incident reinforces the growing importance of rapid reaction forces. The ability of the U.S. Navy to monitor, track, and neutralize a threat thousands of kilometers away depends on constant surveillance, state-of-the-art weapons, and highly trained personnel. Carrier strike groups, submarines, and air assets must operate seamlessly together. Electronic warfare and satellite reconnaissance have become as important as the missiles themselves. Modern warfare is no longer just about brute force. It is about speed, accuracy, and coordination across multiple domains. The psychological impact cannot be underestimated. For regional actors like Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE, the strike was a reminder of the cost of aggression. For Israel, it was a demonstration that advanced defense systems are backed by decisive allied action. For civilians in Yemen, it was a tragic illustration of how local conflicts can be swept up in global power struggles. And for the world, it was a lesson in how proxy wars, long-range weapons, and modern military technology converge to create new forms of instability. Reflecting on the broader implications, it is clear that the era of instant global response has arrived. Conflicts that once required weeks or months of mobilization can now see immediate action. This capability changes calculations for governments, rebel groups, and military planners alike. Deterrence is now enforced not just by political statements or troop presence, but by the visible ability to strike precisely, swiftly, and with overwhelming effect. Yet, there is also caution. Each act of retaliation carries risk. Every missile fired, every target destroyed, has consequences that ripple beyond the battlefield. Infrastructure is lost, civilians are affected, and regional tensions can rise unpredictably. Modern warfare demands not just technical superiority, but strategic foresight, the ability to weigh immediate military gains against potential long-term consequences. Ultimately, the strike on Yemen and the U.S. response after the Israeli airport attack demonstrate the power and complexity of modern conflict. They show how advanced technology, intelligence, and human decision-making intersect in high-stakes scenarios. They remind the world that even remote threats can have global implications, and that alliances matter. Above all, they reveal a stark truth. In today's conflicts, firepower alone is not enough. Precision, speed, and coordination define victory and sometimes survival. The night's events ended with fire and dust over Yemen, a restored airport in Israel, and a world watching closely. The Houthis' ability to strike was temporarily eliminated, but the underlying tensions remain. In the shadows of the Red Sea, the U.S. Navy had delivered a clear message. Threats to allies will not go unanswered. The war may have paused, but the lessons are lasting. Every missile, every decision, every strike writes the next chapter in global warfare, and the line between action and escalation has never been thinner. The events remind us that in modern conflict, the battle is not only fought with weapons, but with intelligence, strategy, and timing. The skies over Yemen and Israel may have quieted, but the echoes of that night will shape military planning and geopolitical calculations for years to come.